Welcome to FlyEaglesFly News, where Eagles fans get the latest, fastest, and hottest updates. Hit subscribe and fly high with us. The Philadelphia Eagles are reportedly on the verge of making one of the most shocking moves in recent NFL history, as whispers from inside the organization suggest that star wide receiver A.J. Brown could be traded. Sources indicate that the decision is far from simple, with front office executives and coaching staff engaged in tense, late-night discussions that have reportedly stretched over several days. The rumors paint a picture of an organization grappling with conflicting priorities. On one hand, A.J. Brown's undeniable talent and explosive plays have elevated the Eagles' offense to new heights, energizing the fan base and striking fear into opposing defenses. On the other hand, insiders claim there are underlying concerns about contract dynamics, long-term salary cap implications, and the philosophical direction the team wants to take in building a roster that can sustain championship contention. This internal tug-of-war has created an atmosphere described by some sources as electric and volatile, with each meeting between management and coaching staff reportedly punctuated by sharp debate, moments of frustration, and strategic recalculations. While the Eagles have remained publicly tight-lipped, the mere suggestion of Brown's potential departure has already sent shockwaves across social media platforms, igniting passionate debates among fans, analysts, and former players, all speculating about the ramifications of what could become one of the franchise's most headline-grabbing decisions. Inside the Eagles' locker room, according to those close to the team, reactions have ranged from stunned disbelief to cautious optimism, reflecting the complicated emotions tied to a player of A.J. Brown's caliber. Sources indicate that Brown is not only a key contributor on the field, but also a locker room presence whose influence extends to younger teammates, shaping both morale and professional culture. The idea that he could be traded has reportedly led to a flurry of informal meetings, whispered conversations, and intense speculation among players and staff, as everyone tries to assess the possible impact on team chemistry. Those familiar with the situation describe a series of back-and-forth negotiations with other franchises, exploring options that could maximize the Eagles' strategic advantage while potentially securing significant future assets. Rumors suggest that some executives favor a trade that could bring in high draft picks, while others worry about leaving a void that would be difficult to fill immediately. Despite the intense deliberations, there are claims that no final decision has yet been made, keeping both fans and analysts on edge. Social media reactions have amplified the tension, with speculation running rampant about which teams might emerge as serious contenders to acquire Brown, creating a sense of drama that has captured the attention of the entire league. Reports from insiders suggest that the potential trade discussions are not only complex, but also deeply intertwined with broader organizational strategies. The Eagles, as some sources note, are considering the long-term vision of the team, weighing the value of A.J. Brown against the flexibility that could be gained through strategic trades. Some analysts claim the front office is evaluating scenarios where high-caliber draft picks could help shape a future-ready roster, while simultaneously managing salary cap concerns that could limit options in upcoming seasons. Rumors indicate that the negotiation process is highly nuanced, involving multiple teams, each with their own motivations and strategic calculations. Conversations reportedly involve delicate timing, contract structures, and potential player exchanges, creating a web of possibilities that has left insiders cautiously optimistic yet acutely aware of the risks. The Eagles' coaching staff, meanwhile, is said to be in continuous consultation with management, weighing both tactical and emotional factors before giving any sort of final approval. The combination of these high-stakes considerations has reportedly resulted in a volatile atmosphere behind closed doors, where each new development triggers rapid reassessments and shifts in strategy. Fans, meanwhile, are anxiously following every leak, tweet, and insider report, aware that any announcement could dramatically reshape expectations for the upcoming season and redefine the trajectory of the franchise. Some reports suggest that the potential trade of A.J. Brown is already influencing the team's broader approach to off-season planning. According to insiders, scouts, analysts, and front office personnel are actively reviewing alternative options at the wide receiver position, preparing contingency plans in case the trade is finalized. Discussions reportedly include evaluating younger talents, potential free agent acquisitions, and draft prospects who could fill the void left by Brown's possible departure. Within the locker room, the uncertainty is said to be palpable, as teammates grapple with the reality of losing a player whose contributions have extended beyond statistics and highlight reel plays, impacting leadership dynamics and overall morale. Sources hint at a careful balancing act being performed by management, attempting to maintain stability within the organization while pursuing what they perceive as long-term advantages. The sheer intensity of the rumors has reportedly prompted unprecedented levels of scrutiny, with analysts dissecting every tweet, interview, and press briefing for hidden clues about the Eagles' intentions. Fans are actively speculating about which teams might have the resources and motivation to pursue Brown, ranging from traditional rivals to franchises seeking a transformative offensive weapon. This swirling storm of conjecture, insider whispers, and fan anticipation has created a narrative that continues to grow in both complexity and urgency, ensuring that the potential trade remains the most talked-about storyline in the NFL. While the specifics of the trade discussions remain largely confidential, reports indicate that negotiations have reached critical phases, with teams believed to be presenting preliminary proposals that challenge the Eagles' leadership to evaluate both immediate and long-term consequences. Insiders suggest that conversations have covered multiple variables, including draft capital, potential player exchanges, and strategic flexibility, reflecting the intricate calculus required to make a decision of this magnitude. Within the Eagles organization, some sources claim there is a division of opinion, with some executives emphasizing the financial and strategic benefits of a trade, while others stress the intangible value A.J. Brown brings to the team's identity and competitive edge. The tension surrounding these discussions is reportedly compounded by the player's performance consistency, market value, and the unpredictable reactions of fans and media alike, creating a high-pressure environment in which every decision carries significant weight. As whispers of a potential trade continue to circulate, speculation about timing, trade partners, and conditions grows increasingly intense. The narrative unfolding around Brown has reportedly become a topic of heated debate on sports talk shows, podcasts, and social media, reflecting both the fascination with high-profile NFL maneuvers and the emotional stakes involved for the Eagles, Brown, and potential suitors alike. Behind the scenes, sources indicate that A.J. Brown himself is aware of the discussions and has reportedly been handling the situation with professionalism, while navigating the uncertainty that such a high-profile trade scenario inevitably brings. Reports suggest that Brown's representatives have been in contact with league officials and other teams, exploring possibilities that could align with the player's career ambitions, financial expectations, and competitive desires. The mere presence of these discussions is said to have influenced locker room dynamics, with teammates expressing concern, curiosity, or strategic consideration about how a potential departure might reshape the team's offensive approach. Some insiders describe a subtle shift in focus during practices, meetings, and game planning as coaches and players adjust to the possibility of a major roster change. Social media and sports media coverage, meanwhile, have amplified the story, with leaks, speculation, and fan commentary creating an echo chamber that intensifies the perceived immediacy of the decision. The cumulative effect, according to sources, is a dramatic, high-stakes environment that has captivated fans, analysts, and insiders, establishing this potential trade as one of the most closely watched and emotionally charged storylines in recent NFL memory. As the saga unfolds, insiders suggest that the Eagles' decision regarding A.J. Brown could have ripple effects extending well beyond the team itself, influencing the market dynamics for top-tier wide receivers across the league. Analysts claim that if a trade is executed, it could set new precedents for valuation, contract negotiation leverage, and the strategic approach other franchises might take in pursuing elite talent. Rumors also indicate that the timing of any announcement is being meticulously coordinated to balance media attention, fan reaction, and league communication protocols, highlighting the delicate choreography required for a move of this magnitude. Sources report that every potential scenario is being weighed, including partial trades, conditional picks, and multi-team arrangements, reflecting both the complexity of the negotiations and the strategic acumen of the Eagles front office. While the uncertainty continues to dominate headlines, the ongoing speculation has already cemented A.J. Brown's status as a central figure in one of the NFL's most captivating off-field dramas. Fans, commentators, and insiders alike are closely monitoring each development, aware that a final decision could reshape narratives, franchise trajectories, and the perception of Philadelphia's strategic direction, keeping the conversation alive and charged with anticipation, intrigue, and high-stakes suspense. FlyEaglesFly News family, smash subscribe and hit like. Your support keeps the freshest Philadelphia Eagles updates flying in. Drop your take in the comments, and let's talk birds. Speculation surrounding A.J. Brown's future with the Eagles has reportedly reached a fever pitch, with insiders hinting that the organization is weighing options that could redefine not only the team's offensive identity, but also its long-term trajectory. Sources claim that the discussions have become increasingly intricate, with executives analyzing multiple trade scenarios simultaneously, each with its own set of strategic, financial, and personnel implications. Some insiders suggest that the Eagles are exploring multi-team deals that could maximize return, balancing draft capital with potential player acquisitions, while maintaining flexibility for future roster construction. The locker room atmosphere, according to reports, is tense yet focused as teammates and coaches grapple with the uncertainty surrounding one of the franchise's most dynamic playmakers. Fans, meanwhile, have become hyper-vigilant, dissecting every rumor, tweet, and insider leak, while media outlets amplify every hint of movement, creating a near-constant cycle of speculation. Analysts highlight that the potential trade of Brown could have cascading effects across the league, influencing the valuation of wide receivers, shifting competitive balances, and altering strategic approaches to roster management. With each passing day, the narrative grows more elaborate, layered with conjecture, insider hints, and calculated leaks, establishing a storyline that transcends typical trade rumors and capturing the imagination of the NFL community in a way few transactions ever have. Reports from sources close to the team suggest that the Eagles front office is balancing a complex equation, weighing the tangible and intangible value A.J. Brown brings against potential gains from a strategic trade. The calculations reportedly involve a mix of draft considerations, salary cap management, and positional depth analysis, as executives attempt to chart a path that maximizes both immediate and long-term competitiveness. Some insiders indicate that the coaching staff is actively engaged in discussions, evaluating how a potential departure would alter offensive schemes, player roles, and practice strategies. Rumors further suggest that other teams are presenting proposals designed to test the Eagles' valuation of Brown, with offers reportedly including varying combinations of draft picks, player swaps, and conditional clauses. Within the locker room, sources claim there is an undercurrent of uncertainty, as teammates consider how losing a star receiver might impact morale, chemistry, and leadership dynamics. Meanwhile, social media buzz continues to grow, with fans speculating on trade destinations, potential blockbuster deals, and the future of Philadelphia's offense. The overall narrative, according to insiders, is one of high tension and calculated strategy, where every decision carries weight, and the outcome could redefine the franchise's position in the league for years to come, making the situation one of the most closely watched developments in NFL circles. Insiders indicate that the negotiation process for A.J. Brown's potential trade is exceptionally dynamic, involving multiple stakeholders across different organizations, each pursuing unique objectives while trying to anticipate the Eagles' priorities. Some reports suggest that timing is critical, with teams attempting to leverage both market perception and strategic positioning to secure favorable terms. Analysts speculate that the Eagles' leadership is carefully evaluating every offer, balancing immediate returns against the risk of diminishing on-field performance or disrupting locker room cohesion. According to sources, discussions reportedly extend to financial considerations, contract structures, and potential future adjustments to ensure long-term flexibility while minimizing risk. Within the team, coaches and executives are said to be engaging in ongoing scenario planning, projecting the impact of each possible trade on offensive strategies, team morale, and playoff prospects. Rumors suggest that the players' camp is also actively monitoring the situation, exploring options that align with Brown's career goals, competitive ambitions, and financial expectations. Media outlets and fan communities have intensified coverage, dissecting every leak, tweet, and insider report to speculate on timing, potential trade partners, and underlying motivations. The result is an intricate web of rumor, strategy, and anticipation that continues to dominate conversations around the league and keeps every stakeholder on edge. That's a wrap from FlyEaglesFly News. If you want the fastest Eagles updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Sound off in the comments. Let's talk birds.